Yo, what's good, y'all boys? It's that guy XO here back with another video, and I'm not gonna lie, this video is a bit of a doozy. I'm not gonna lie because I had trouble figuring out like how this scenario would even work, like especially down to like how they would even meet in the first place. Then I found out this dude, Bounties, this man was working under some crime boss for a bit, just to find some strong guys to fight. So I'm just gonna say Malbeast was hired as a mentor for Mike by Cecil, like after like the deaths of all the Guardians of the Globe. See, his goal here is to train up Mike to become strong enough to throw hands with Omni-Man and basically have his undying loyalty to Earth. And I can easily say that like some rookie heroes just found out about Battle Beast while trying to take down Machine Head or whatever, leading to Cecil scouting him out with the offer of beating up the son of potentially the strongest man on the planet. I mean, it'd be under the guise of training or whatever with ruthless tactics just short of killing him, and with Mug's potential, I mean, it could lead to him becoming even stronger than the Omni Man, meaning an even better opponent for Battle Beasts in the future. So Mike's introduction to his new mentor would be in the form of like him finding out after the third invasion from the Flaxons that leads to Omni-Man going to their dimension for some time. And with Omni-Man out of the way, Cecil, he's gonna be able to introduce himself to Mike properly and explain that Earth can't solely rely on Omni-Man after the death of the Guardians of the Globe. The new Guardians of the Globe, they ain't really cutting it either. So Mike's he's gonna be like the last line of defense or whatever. And to play that role effectively, it's going to be requiring him to be putting in a whole lot more effort to become a whole lot more capable than he is already. So he's going to be trained by the likes of Battle Beast in the art of combat. And since they wouldn't know how long Nolan would be gone for, their training would start effective immediately, with Mike being beaten to a pulp and ridiculed by Battle Beast. And yeah, he's basically forced to still stand up and fight even when he feels like his body is literally incapable of doing so. Even when Nolan comes back, the training would just continue with Mike understanding that he has some very big shoes to fill. Nolan, he may try to convince Mike to continue simply training underneath him, but Mike would see it as counterintuitive if he wanted to become his own person instead of just a copy of his dad. And at least that's the mindset Cecil would be trying to ingrain into Mike anyway. And while under Battle Beast's tutelage, training, and conditioning, yeah, Mike would endure excruciating beatdowns from him, meant to toughen him up and, increase his pain tolerance. With all of the Battle Beasts battles, or like with all of the battles that Battle Beast's gonna be putting him through, he's gonna be able to like grant Mike a series of combat scenarios he would have to adapt to, learning the art of war from his perspective alongside how to master all the tools in his arsenal. And whether it be hand-to-hand combat or the use of weapons, Mike's gonna be able to adapt through the rigorous training Battle Beasts will like be putting up against him. I said that so weird, but whatever. Anyways, that would also create a change in mentality over time. You see, by the time that Mike witnesses his father ending immortal and having the revelation that like most of his life has literally been a lie, yeah, Mike's still going to crash out. You see, from everything Battle Beast would have taught Mike so far, he would be able to have a better grip on his emotions and perform slightly better than in canon, actually having some of the basics of the more brutal fighting style down. He still wouldn't be able to defeat Omni-Man or anything though, but his resilience and strategic thinking would definitely be much better, forcing Nolan to try just a little harder here. This defeat at the hands of his own father would lead Mike on a downward spiral since, yeah, he'd have even more reason to train hard here. Honestly, he might just put everything into his training underneath Battle Beast this time around as a way to grieve with the reality of the situation, seeing his failure to stop his father as weakness and a fatal flaw that needs to be corrected as soon as possible. Cecil may try to convince Mike this is not healthy, and like even pull the plug on his training, but really that's kind of up to Battle Beast, really. And yeah, his lust for battle may just end up having Battle Beast refusing to Cecil's orders and like instead just cutting ties with him in order to actually continue training up Mike to become the perfect opponent. And this could lead to a strain on a lot of Mike's relationships since he would be so focused on becoming stronger and more skilled in combat for in case his dad ever came back, that he's basically pushing everybody else away. He had to protect Earth from the Viltrumites after all, so something like Mike's relationship with Amber, for example, would especially be non-existent here since he'd be in the forest or somewhere like throwing hands with Brad Beast 24/7. The times that he would be doing hero work, he would be way more swift with it. And after some time with Bound Beast, his mental fortitude may just increase, or it's just his calm under pressure, since like he would have to deal with Bound Beast like wilding on him all the time. And it's for this reason that I don't think he'd immediately snap at his father when he pulls up to Thraxa, having gained better control of his emotions at this point. And instead, I do see that he's going to still be angry, but just like not going to like fully express it or like not nearly as much, and be more willing to actually hear his father out, kind of like just suppressing some of his emotions. And when the Viltrumites arrive, yeah, Mug's training, it would have had made him like way more adept at combat and being able to use his environment to his advantage. I mean, constantly adapting to different environments and the way in which his opponents fight, meaning that he would be able to actually take down a Viltrumite or two. And I imagine that Battle Beast would have challenged Mike's no-kill rule on like multiple occasions until Mike finally came to a compromise in which that weaker opponents they would not be the ones that end up getting put up on a chopping board. He's not going to kill them, but those on this level or above, he would see as threats that cannot be allowed to come back and fight another day because there will be no telling if he or others could handle them the next time around. And I'm explaining all this to just say that yeah, he's ending these Spiltramites. Yeah, the whole thing with his brother though, I do think that Mike would still bring him to Earth with him. It's just that like with Nolan, he may see like his son's fighting capability and like realize he can handle himself now, thanks to Battle Beast's training, and like just go leave and find another planet to just hang on away from like the Viltrum Empire. And whether he gets captured or not, it's really up to your interpretation. I'm not gonna say what happens to him for real. And when Mike does end up going back to Earth this time around, he's like more of an elusive figure, I assume. He just kind of appears and disappears, and after saving some people or fighting off an alien invasion, he just goes back to the forest or whatever. So Cecil will try to get in contact with him, but I mean, like, it's incredibly difficult. See, the boy's going to be stubborn, only really listening to the likes of Battle Beast since he's kind of his anchor now as well. And even with his brother, he understands that he's innocent in all this, but that doesn't mean he's going to raise him or anything. He's probably going to like just leave him to his mom or something, still with a note attached before leaving to make sure he's preoccupied with like either training or saving people. Honestly, he might only keep the secret identity like just for the sake of his loved ones, and he is consistently pushing away in an effort to become strong enough to protect everyone. By the time that Nissa pulls up, he's not holding back anything, and he's gonna be fighting tooth and nail against her. Honestly, he may be able to leave some bruises and scratches on her, maybe even cause her to bleed a bit, but she's probably going to still be the victor in this fight. And as for Angstrom Levy, yeah, that dude's dead. I mean, like, he's going to realize that Mike's more of an elusive figure that not even his mom can contact often, and and as a result, he would do his best to get his attention. He would underestimate this Mike's strength since like all this Mike ever does is train. And honestly, that whole fight with Anissa, I'm not gonna lie, I think I would probably want to take back some of my words. Instead, I think he could potentially give her a run for her money with some lucky shots. That's something bad I think I should say. But as far as Angstrom goes, yeah, that dude's getting speed blitz from the get go here. He won't have enough time to create a portal or even know what hit him. Mike won't speak or anything when he sees Angstrom, and instead he just acts, getting his family out of harm's way, while he beats the brakes off of Angstrom. And usually he has like a kill rule for like those weaker than him. But I mean, messing with his family is probably something these top of battle beasts like never let slide. Send them, send them back to like their maker for doing such an egregious act, or like send them to gulag or something. And I mean, like from there, Mike's only going to join back with Cecil under certain conditions since he needs to make sure his mom and brother are protected at all times. And a lot of his previous relationships would basically be non existent here since he basically detached himself from basically everyone in order to focus on solely becoming stronger on the battle beast. And that's for the rest of the story. I ain't even gonna lie, I ain't gonna hold you. I don't really know yet since yeah, season 3 has yet to come out, so that's all for now. Peace.